Greetings and welcome to another episode of Soul Talk, where we talk Star Citizen with the members of the community. I'm going to get that right one day. I've only been doing it 6 months. You'll figure I'll get it right one day. Today is December 2nd, 2021. How are you doing, Griff?
I'm doing good. You'll get it one day, don't worry.
Yeah, one day. How was your week?
It was okay. Winding down toward the end of IAE, of course.
Wait, IAE is over? No one told me.
Yeah, folks are taking a deep sigh of relief. I think it was interesting, different. This IAE was very different this year. At least to me, it was. So, what about you? How was your week?
It was actually pretty good. I actually well, I wouldn't say took part in Black Friday, but I got a new SSD.
Okay.
New SSD and a new micro SD for my phone. So I spent more money on Black Friday than I did on actual IE.
Okay, well that's good. You're able to take advantage of it. That's cool.
Oh, and the other good thing is I finished Foundation.
Oh, awesome! Awesome!
It's an awesome series. I recommend anyone watch it.
I am holding off on it because I want to be able to focus on it. I think I told you I finished off Clone Wars and Rebels, and I started on The Expanse because I'm tired of people saying, Griff, I can't believe you haven't watched The Expanse. So I had started on it and stopped, and now I think I'm on episode 7 out of season 1. So I'm actually chopping through it faster than I did with Rebels and Clone Wars. So, but I'm enjoying it so far.
Yeah, it's a great series. With that, I think you'll appreciate my monologue if you're ready for that.
Okay. I'm never ready, but go ahead.
The series was once covered in ice, enough water for 1,000 generations until Earth and Mars stripped it away for themselves. This basin became the most vital port for the belt, but the immense wealth and resources that flow through our gates were never meant for us. Belters worked the dock, loading and unloading precious cargo. We fixed the pipes and filtered to keep this rock living and breathing. We belters toiled and suffered, without hope and without end. And for what? One day Mars will use its might to wrest control of Sirius from Earth, and Earth will go to war to take it back. It's all the same to us. No matter who controls Sirius, our home, to them, we will always be slaves. That's all we are to Earthers and Dusters. We built the solar system on our backs, spilled the blood of millions of our brothers, but in their eyes, we're not even human anymore. So the next time you take a look in the mirror, say the word, slave. Every time we demand to be heard, they hold back our water. Oqua Beltalota, ration our air. Evolve Beltalota, until we crawl back into our hole. And Bobo Beltalota, and do as we told. I had to channel my inner Beltalota for that one.
But you want to know something funny? I just realized it, and I kept wondering why the series felt so familiar, and I forgot that it's kind of a throwback. Isn't that like a throwback to Total Recall to a certain degree?
Oh, Mars, yeah.
The whole thing with Mars and water and that whole 9 yards. Wasn't that like the basis? Yeah, that was like the basis of Total Recall. I'm just now realizing that was kind of a spin-off of that, now that I'm thinking about it. Griffin, that's for those of us old people who remember Total Recall, okay?
No, Griffin, as we learned from Battlestar Galactica, everything that is new, everything that is old is new again. Everything gets reused.
Yeah, it is. Galactica. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, the Expanse's theme has definitely got its own direction, but I just didn't realize that those core elements were still a part of both those movies, you know? But yeah, very cool. That was interesting. I like that one.
Yeah, December 10th, it expands season 6. And that was literally the first 2 or 3 minutes of the first episode. So in case you hadn't seen it before, that's not really a spoiler.
Okay, awesome. Very, very cool. Okay.
So you want to drag people down and talk about a giveaway?
Well, why don't we show the giveaway and then I'll drag people down. How's that?
Okay. All right. So we have a giveaway. You want me to just hit the
Yeah, I think it'll explain itself. That's all. Just can watch it.
Here we go.
Greetings, citizens. I am Griffin Gaming RPG. I'm one of the producers of the Soul Citizens. And first of all, I want to say thank you to all of you who have watched us, who have chatted in our chat, who have followed, who have subscribed, and who have tweeted about the Soul Citizens. We really appreciate all the love and support that we've gotten from the Star Citizen community. And during the month of December, we're doing a special promotion. We're doing one of our first promotion giveaways on YouTube exclusively, where we're looking to move our subscribers from, I think we're at 795 to 1,000. We would love to pick up another 205 subscribers and reach the 1,000 mark for YouTube. And you can help us do that by sharing this video, by sharing our videos just in general. And of course, we're going to do a giveaway. If you'd like to be a part of that giveaway, you should like, you should subscribe, and you should leave a comment in this video. I know it's December 2nd when this video is going out. I should have had it done yesterday, but real life got me busy. So I'm asking that if you did chat and put a comment in the other videos, please make sure you do it in this one. And you'll be automatically entered into the giveaway, and we'll announce the winner the first week in December on our first show for Soul Citizens on our Sunday show. So like, subscribe, and make sure you leave a comment. You can say hi, hello, you can say good luck, you can say happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, whatever you want to say, Kwanzaa, whatever you want to share, you can share it in there, and we'll definitely let you know who the winner of this wonderful RSI Phoenix, even though I'm an Origin person, Phoenix will be. By the way, none of you Soul Citizen team members, don't put your name into this contest. Anyway, happy holidays. We look forward to seeing you guys in 2022, and we'll also see you in the verse. Take care.
We're back. So yeah, you're doing a giveaway. What is it? The RSI Phoenix?
Yep, RSI Phoenix, 10 years of insurance.
And welcome everyone.
Hello.
Howdy, howdy.
Hello.
Yeah, I just
Good
want to
evening.
say we have Chrome Ninja, Dark Knight, Fistaface, Gomab, Jade, Talwadi, Poppin' Face, and Pitfire.
Ooh, you broke up there for a second, FC.
Oh, hopefully I'm back.
You're back now. Yeah, Jade, Calradi, Pops in Space, and Spitfire Phoenix.
Yeah, I dropped some frames too. Okay, I'm good now. Alright, so, okay, up on the screen I have the, welcome everyone, by the way, sorry about that. On the screen I had the sneak peek, and the caption of the sneak peek was, "Here Come the Shock." And thankfully, for like the past, I just want to say year, they've been doing musical titles, so this is from Green Day, 2021, so I did not know that.
And let me give a quick shout out to Crew Shot VA for the Prime subscription. Thank you very much. And Big Black Gaming, again, thank you. 1,000 bits, hitting us up big at the beginning of the stream. Thank you so much.
So anyone have any thoughts about the Here Comes the Shock, the sneak peek from last week?
Looking very forward to non-lethal weapons in Star Citizen.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to Melee, but I don't know if I'll be able to use it. But yeah, this is they also have the rifle that stun people too.
You know just as well as I do, Griff, that the moment this comes out, there's going to be a test taser fight.
Laser tag, except for shock.
Yeah, exactly.
Taser tag, huh?
Taser tag. There you go.
I did think it was interesting that they showed us what the modules are, because obviously they're going to have only so much charge on them. So on the back of the belt there are 2 of them on the back. So I'd be curious to see how much use you can get out before you need to swap it out.
What kind of range do you think we would have on these?
Good question for Melee.
Wait, is that a Chrome?
Yeah, that is a Grim.
Hi, Chrome.
It's a good question, Chrome. Good question, because I know that they associated this, at least in general, to bounty hunting, things of that nature, how close you need to be. It's pistol, so what type of range are you looking at? And like Fast Card said, there is a laser or rifle version of it too. So it'll be interesting to see what that is.
Shorter than a rifle, but I'm thinking maybe 5 meters, 3 meters?
Yeah.
I'd say 10 would probably be a safe number.
If we base it off of like current day tasers, I think that's like a fine range. Like any farther, it kind of gets a little tricky.
Base tasers have a 15-foot effective range. Now they do sell the X26 variant ones cartridges that have a max range of 40 feet.
I think the answer is whatever CIG decides it to be.
Good answer.
Whatever is cool, right? Will look cool.
That's true. That's true. Yep. Okay, very cool. Nice. How many people think they're going to buy one?
I'll definitely buy one.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Well, do you think it's going to be a subscriber thing, or do you think it'll be in game?
It'll be available.
Yeah,
it'll be available.
There'll probably be a subscriber edition. You know, like some fancy color. You know,
skins, different colors.
Yep.
If it's not hot pink, I don't think it should be worth it.
How much you think it'll cost? How much you think it'll cost in game? How many UEC?
I mean, most pistols and UEC. Oh my god.
1,000 maybe.
Yeah, maybe even 500.
Yeah, maybe even 5. Yeah, pistols range in price depending. So it's not going to break your bank. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody needs this for the person in their party that acts up on their ship.
Wait! I'm that person, Jade. What are you trying to say?
Sorry, I would never use it on you, Fast Card.
All right, so moving on, we have the roadmap update. Roundup, roadmap roundup. I have this on the screen. Go ahead.
Want me to hit it?
Yeah, please.
Okay. The following deliverables, by the way, this is for December 1st, so this is fresh off the presses. The following deliverables, previously marked as unannounced, have been revealed in the progress tracker. First, the MISC Odyssey, building, implementing, and balancing of MISC exploration vessel, the Odyssey, as a game-ready vehicle. This can be found on the vehicle concept art and narrative team schedule. The Argo Raft, building, implementing, and balancing Argo's medium hauler, the Raft, as a game-ready vehicle. This can be found in the vehicle content under EU, narrative audio, vehicle experience, and VFX team schedules. The Anvil Spartan, building, implementing, and balancing Anvil's armored personnel carrier, the Spartan, as a game-ready vehicle. This can be found on the vehicle content, EU, vehicle content, US narrative, audio, vehicle experience, and VFX team schedules. And the Anvil Liberator, building, implementing, and balancing Anvil's long-range carrier, the Liberator, as a game-ready vehicle. This can be found on the vehicle concept art and narrative team's schedule. In the release view, the following features have passed their final review. Therefore, we are marking their cards as committed and changing their color to blue. In 3.16, that would be mining gadgets. Ship-to-ship refueling. After its final review, the development team has determined that additional time is needed in order to provide a smoother gameplay experience. Therefore, this feature is being relocated to Alpha 3.17 release window. Shops and patrons. Following its final review, the AI team has decided to polish this feature further while also waiting for some additional usables to come online. Therefore, this card is being removed from release view temporarily until these schedules are aligned. The following cards have been added to the release view. The Argo Raft, building and implementing and balancing the Argo's medium hauler, the Raft, as a game-ready vehicle. This has been added to Alpha 3.15's column. The Spartan, building, implementing, and balancing Anvil's armor personnel carrier, the Spartan, as a game-ready vehicle. This has been added to the Alpha 3.15 column. Jumptown 2.0, implementation of Jumptown 2.0, a dynamic event in the persistent universe. Inspired by the historic events of Jumptown, this new event features both lawful and unlawful mission paths. This has been added to the Alpha 3.16 column. That's all for this week, and join the discussions in Spectrum.
Yeah, that's a lot. Well, I don't know about a lot, but quite a bit. Anything stand out in anyone?
Yeah, that they added Jumptown 2.0 when they didn't add Xenothreat or Ninetales to roadmaps previously.
Yeah,
And
that's different.
to add to that too, I was looking back at the CitizenCon video with Tony Z, and I'm wondering if the reason why they added this as part of the roadmap is because it's not going to be a temporary thing like Xenothreat or Lockdown, because one of the things that he said is that Jumptown V2 is going to be triggered automatically by Quantum as opposed to being turned on manually by the devs on their end. So does that mean that if it is going to be linked with Quantum in 3.16, that means we're probably getting more of Quantum in 3.16, and it's going to be dynamically activated based on player and NPC interactions or activities. So it could be our first official quote unquote permanent dynamic activity, even though most likely we were going to get updates on it, time and time again.
I want to throw something in there on that too. So I have been tooling around ArcCorp, and I've noticed these hidden places that have been popping up on the star map. But if you try to navigate to them, you cannot. And one of them was on Walla called Good Times Temple, and then there's quite a few other ones. I have a feeling that those are part of Jumptown 2.0 and or part of other missions that you have to navigate to, but you won't be able to actually get there until they're actually launched. But I found like 5 to 10 different ones on Lyria alone that were not originally there, and I could not go to any of them. So I wonder if those are future spots that are popping up.
Someone's been doing some testing.
Well, I was able to jump to one of them, or at least start jumping to one of them. But the crazy thing is, you can only do it if you're not in orbit of Lyria or Walla, and it puts you in the slow quantum.
Yes.
And so it takes forever.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, cool. But any other thoughts about the roadmap update? Emma Kushinaga asking why they added the Odyssey Raft Partner and Liberator to the update. It's because some of these are done, some of them aren't. They had a few hidden ships on there, so they're just adding them for completionist sake. I'm guessing. There could be a different reason, but that's my guess. They're just adding them for completionist sake. And like the Odyssey it hasn't been released yet, so that's why that's on there, obviously.
Hey, like Kaizen said last week, at least there's something out there named Odyssey that's good.
Shots fired. Alright, anything else before we move on? Any other thing on the roadmap caught someone's eye? The mining gadgets in 3.16. And we talked about that a bit before. People are still looking forward to those, right? No one's looking forward to the mining gadget?
I think it'd be interesting. It'd be a different aspect of gameplay we get to dive into.
Yeah, it's interesting, but I would like to. I don't know if it's GoMab who raised this topic a couple of weeks ago, but I would like to see the mining gadgets have additional perks to them other than mimicking the same features that the other consumables affect, like resistance and such. So, of course, this is just the beginning. So, we'll see what else they add later on. But I'm looking forward to another aspect of it being applied. So yeah.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Karate. I was looking more forward to if they were more separate thing than something that goes with the prospector. I thought they may have brought in something like detonators, things like that anyone could use. But maybe they will. Like Karate said, maybe they will.
All right, so let's move on to the next topic. Farewell from IAE. So, this is, IAE was 13 days, and it was something. We'll talk more about the money aspect of it later on, but Jack McCleary, farewell to Jack McCleary for at least until next time. That was a great storyline. I enjoyed that. How about everyone else?
It's quite interesting. Sorry, it's quite interesting that they said. I noticed the wording. One way or another, Whitley's guide will return to the IE next year. So I'm glad that they mentioned that, because it means that even if Pyro or some aspect of Pyro isn't ready to kind of connect to the whole story of Jack McCleary coming back with from Pyro to the IE, they did say that even if Pyro or any kind of connection to it isn't ready, or one way or another, we'll still get some kind of Whitley's guide for the next IE. So I kind of chuckled at that one, but I'm kind of hoping that Pyro in some aspect will be ready so that they can actually not host IE in Pyro, but have some kind of storyline or something as part of their videos next year, with Jax McClary coming in with probably the Odyssey and everything, coming back to Stanton and seeing all of that connect together.
We get a Jimmy face and voice reveal, and we find out he secretly was part of Xenothreat.
Someone mentioned this in a different Discord. Jimmy actually had a voice last year. If people
No.
if people are
I don't
He didn't
think
have a
so.
voice.
Jimmy's the Stig.
Yeah, he's technically
Yeah.
the Stig. He doesn't have a voice.
Yeah, he had one line or something like that, and that was it. I've yet to confirm, but that's what people are saying. So
I think
maybe Jimmy
Alradi is
did all
right. Yeah. I think Alradi is right about Jax maybe coming back from Pyro for the next IAE and maybe have some stories to tell us.
that.
Yeah.
Or can show us the way.
Yeah, how about
Or show us the way, yeah.
I was about to say, what if Jax is our intro to the announcement for Pyro?
Ooh. Well, I
Yeah,
don't
either
know.
that
That'd
or like a.
the thing. Oh, sorry.
Go on.
The thing with that is that I would guessing they would do that in October for CitizenCon and not wait till IAE to do that. But that's my guess. What are you going to say, Chrome?
That wasn't Chrome.
No, Spitfire.
Spitfire, my bad.
One of the things I think would be really kind of funny is if they do the multiple Whitley's guides like they did next year, have like Jimmy host the first one, and the producers are kind of flipping out like Jax isn't here yet, or whatever, and then just have like one of the second or third episode or something like that. You just hear. You just see incoming ship, and it's just Jax like hurtling down through the atmosphere to land in this like smoking Odyssey, and just comes down and be like, "I told you I'd all be here."
You're writing a story for them. You're not getting paid for it.
You think they're going to try to push the Odyssey then to come in live at the same time? Jax brings it back.
I really do.
That would be a good idea. I mean, yeah. Well, we'll get to ISC in a bit, but yeah, that's possible.
I'd like to see him come back in a unreleased, unannounced ship that he found in Pyro.
I can just see the air quotes. I can just see the air quotes.
Yeah,
That'd be hot, though.
You know, that he was able to like procure or whatever in Pyro. He lands, and then that's basically the announcement of the ship that's flight ready.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope I'm not spoiling anything, but I'm like, how the heck did he get his hands on the prototype Odyssey in the first place? I mean,
he said it in the video. He said that MISC had got their hands on one, and he asked if he said, I wonder if they'll let me take it. So he implied that MISC let him take it out. By the way, we want to give a shout out, Graybeard. Thanks for joining us, and Hodo also both joined us as well.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, welcome.
Yep.
Yeah, I wanted to just throw a couple little thoughts in about the recent event that just concluded IAE. And believe me, I haven't been in Star Citizen very long, but I was blown away by what I saw. And one of the first ships I saw was, I think, the Reclaimer. I kept looking up and up and up and up and up until I nearly broke my neck. And it was like I was saying on the yacht club Discord with a couple of people. I said, I can't imagine how big that thing is. Or even the other bigger ships, you know. I was just amazed.
I think
again, Graybeard, welcome to the community. For those of you who don't know, we met Graybeard through Kaizen, and they're just such great people. And he was playing Elite, and he's been kind of dabbling. That's why he said he's just getting into the stuff with Star Citizen. And it's always great when we get new players, Graybeard, who come in. For those of us who've been around for a while, we look at IAE and almost yawn. So it's exciting to hear, when new people come in with a lot of energy and excitement, because it makes us excited too. So we're glad you enjoyed it.
Welcome to the verse, Graybeard.
Hey, welcome to the verse.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Mhm.
pull back a little bit. Every time I see the F8 Lightning on Anvil Day, that excites me. Because that's one thing
I know.
we can't get.
I want that so bad. I want that so bad.
And Raincloud, welcome. Raincloud joining us.
Welcome, Rain.
Hi.
Hey, Rain.
Hello, Rain.
Do 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 do.
So we're talking about IAE. Do you have any thoughts about that real quick?
I mean, pretty much everything Griff just said. You know, this is how many IAEs is this for us, Griff?
Too many.
Too many?
I'm still spending money. That's why it's too many. I'm still spending money. I'm supposed to stop by now.
Well, I thankfully didn't. Well, I can't spend any money, and two, other people decided to spend money on me because it's my birthday on the 16th.
Oh, that's awesome!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Thank you. But yeah, this is. I mean, IAE is what it is. For me, it's I've been in this project since day one, like Griff, and I love new people coming in, and they're like, "Wait, you have an in-game convention for your game?"
You have an out-of-game convention and an in-game convention. How awesome is that?
It's
and it's for an alpha of a game.
Yeah, on top of it,
Yeah.
How weird is that, right?
I mean,
speaking of birthdays, sorry, go ahead.
That's okay. Obviously, we get straight to flyable. We get updates. Today's ISC was really good. I love Jared. He's a national treasure. And
He's an international treasure.
That's true.
He's
That's
an
true.
interstellar treasure.
True.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Jade got it. But I actually this year I love the convention hall. I love everything that went straight to flyable. So it was good, but just like Griff said, for me, it's like, what is it, like my seventh or eighth IA? However long they've been doing them, it's like whatever. It's another IA. Yay, more money.
I mean, you've been here since before IAE was IAE. There was just the harvest.
I remember that I kickstarted November 18th, 2012.
Right.
Yeah, so I've been here since before there was an IA. So the first one was awesome, but now it's like hey, whatever, it's great.
All right. So next up we have the introduction to the MISC Odyssey. That was the day before Soul Talk last week, so we didn't get a chance to talk about that. But the MISC Odyssey. Who has? Well, I'm guessing everyone has thought, but who wants to go first about their particular thought?
And please, we got a lot of people in the room, so keep it concise because it's like twice as many people this week. So
rapid fire.
Since I just came in, I'll do it real quick, real concise. It does not instantly invalidate the character. Just stop it, knock it the hell off for those that are doing it. It's going to be fantastic when it comes in, but remember, we don't have a verse to explore yet. So I don't know, just cool your jets.
And also, I hope that you guys will read the couple of emails that were sent by Xylo to John Crew.
Hilarious.
And what was that?
They're hilarious. There's a letter that Xylo sent to John Crew. I can get it to you and you can show it on screen. It is hilarious.
All right.
So we can keep going. I'll find it for you and I'll send it to you.
So who here? Well, I guess we could ask that. Who here got the Odyssey besides me?
I did.
Griff did.
So that's like 3 or 4 people. That's all. Okay.
And let me ask questions if you don't mind, Fastcar. Those who did buy it, what made you buy it? Because it was pretty significant, and obviously there's some comparisons to the character. But what caught you about getting it?
I bought it because I think it's going to be a sort of like a test bed for the Endeavor in terms of the internal layout. It's going to be the first big MISC ship with the new metrics. I don't count the Starfarer because that was like designed as an FPS level, but I bought it because of that. Plus the fact that it can be self-sufficient, that it can basically live off of space. It can be out there exploring and be out there indefinitely. So yeah.
Same with me. I got it because I think it's more of a compliment to what everybody's comparing it to Carrack. It's more of a compliment to it, not really a competitor. And it's more for the players that want to just go out into deep space.
I got it. Well, I almost impulse buy it, but I waited an hour just to make sure I wanted it. I like it better than the carrot, and it replaced my Aquila for me. I no longer have the Ursa Rover or the Snub Fighter, but I have enough ships that I can just put them inside a hangar, and that'll be it. Plus, I can park it right next to my Endeavor and my Burning Bishop, and I never have to worry about quantum field. Hopefully, so we'll see about that.
And I sent you the letter, FC, so if you can bring it up, that would be cool, and I can read it if necessary.
Not sure how to do this. Well, I know what I'll do. I'll hide you in XSplit, then I'll bring up the letter.
Okie doke.
Alright, so yeah, go ahead and describe it.
Did you want me to read it?
Yes, please.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's not on screen.
Okay, well, he's getting it on screen. This letter was written from Xylo to John Crew. Many of you who saw Inside Star Citizen today may have heard John Crew and Paul Jones reference the Odyssey as well. Maybe Well, basically, it says the Odyssey was, to quote Paul Jones, the carrot killer. And there was a little bit of chuckling going on there, but he said it is in his mind. He didn't say CIG designed it that way. So this is the letter that was written from Xylo, Tyler Whitkin, to John Crew. My better-looking, pod-wielding, nearly double the cargo, mind you, Carrick would like to have a word with your limited-view Rust Bucket Odyssey. You think that the Odyssey is a carrot killer? Ha! Nice try. If you think so, why don't you come explore some unmonitored space and we'll see how your Odyssey fares. The Carrack was always geared to be the pinnacle of pathfinding. It is a ship designed to endure as a signature of its military heritage. It is designed to go into the harshest of places and endure. Its mission is singular, chart a course for others to follow. It is designed to go into the harshest of places and endure. Its mission, there's a repeat there. Let's see, let me skip it. The Carrack was originally designed as a military vessel and was later released to the civilian market. The Odyssey was designed directly to cater for the civilian sector, and as outlined in ISC, is more generalized to reflect this. The Carrack still holds an important position with its unique ability to map jump points and pave the way so that ships like the Odyssey can follow and roam. In short, the Carrack is geared to address the hard science and comes with modularity and equipment the Odyssey does not. And while the Odyssey boasts technology, the Carrack does not. That is just the nature of ship manufacturers competing with each other. The Carrack is still BAE, B-A-E. P.S. This has nothing to do with the Carrack losing to the Argo Cargo. I don't even care about that. I don't. Cloud Imperium, Tyler Whitkin.
Down at the bottom, if you actually read on his signature, the last line is Argo Cargo equals pukey face.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have that on the screen, but yes, that's what it said at the very bottom. I can put that in Twitch chat, but yeah, that's cute. That's cute. What do people think?
I mean, I love
He's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
So
I think
You
he's
can't
absolutely
help but
right.
think. Go ahead, Dark Knight.
No, I was just going to say the whole idea of the carrot killer just seems to be, people would just want to put a meta above a meta, and it's not a meta. It's the Carrack is its own ship, its own design, its own exploration design. It's out to go find jump points and chart new locations and things like that. And the Endeavor the Odyssey for what I feel is a ship to go and take advantage of what the Carrack found. The Carrack's going to move on to the next location, and the Endeavor's going to stick there in that system and kind of be a base of operations for everything else that goes on in that system, as far as smaller ships and mining opportunities and things like that. And of course, there's other exploration ships that are going to be coming along, like the Corsair, and you've got the 400i. They're all going to have their own place in exploration. It's not going to be just one type of exploration. It's going to vary greatly.
Yeah,
DK,
discovery versus exploration for exploitation of resources.
Exactly.
DK, I kind of saw, to build on that, because you kind of said it and half said it. I honestly saw it as Carrick first, Odyssey second, Endeavor third.
Yeah,
That was how I saw
absolutely.
it.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because I'm not going to go take my Endeavor necessarily to some regions of space that I have absolutely no idea what's there. But that pathfinding and then that initial exploration and then the Endeavor coming and sitting its butt somewhere for a while, in my head, just kind of clicks, you know?
Yep. That's
like
exactly.
I said, they all complement each other. And I think that, the whole battle about which ship was better and all this other stuff still comes from the drive of people wanting to find that ship that does everything. And I think that CIG is really smart about creating these ships that, take your Mercedes or take your, your Benz or your BMW rather. You know what I mean? It's like you have to figure out which one fits what you want to do, and there are some people who that civilian thing is going to be cool. They don't want to do all of that long-term drone probing and all that. They are not interested in that. Then there are other people who don't want to be dealing with the mining aspect of it. Everybody's going to pick the ships based on what fits for them.
Exactly.
We have 124 total hulls in the game right now, 98 of which are purchasable in game for Alpha UEC, and we have another 44 ships on the roadmap being planned and being worked on. So I think again, people just they need to. I just wish they would stop. Like, not every ship has to appeal to you. Not every ship has to be perfect, right? Like, people complaining that the Raft is slow and unmaneuverable. It's a cargo ship. What do you? I mean, who cares? But yeah, I agree with everything that was said. I think the Odyssey's fantastic. But I'm gonna stick to the Carrick. Thanks.
Yep.
And that's the fun thing you mentioned about people saying the Raft is slow and maneuverable. Dude, watch somebody skilled at low fly that thing. It is fun to watch.
This is my take on the Odyssey. I agree. The Odyssey is just one of those. It's another ship in the line. It doesn't necessarily going to replace anything. It's not going to outdate anything. Variety is the spice of life. I mean, there's 400 four-door sedans in the world.
Right?
There's no one perfect four-door sedan. It's up to personal preference.
Unless it's a Dodge, and then it is. And if it's not a Dodge, you're
Someone
wrong.
had to.
But my Ford
is found on rubbish dump. Anyway.
So that was the Odyssey for everyone to enjoy. It's still available to purchase. So yeah, if you're interested, go ahead and go for it. I'm still thinking about getting the skin, but I'll probably just get the skin in game if it's available.
Okay.
All right. So next up we have the stretch goal, the crowdfunding for not just IE but for Star Citizen in general. Let me refresh because this is a few hours old.
Let me give the old number first, if that's okay.
Okay.
Because I do want to talk about where they were on Wednesday when everything shut down.
The
numbers right there.
The one that posted it. Oh, you posted it, so you have to look for it.
No. If you got the numbers out, you can do it.
No, I updated the numbers today, so you have to use your post.
Use the old numbers? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Alrighty, give me 1 second here.
Mm-hmm.
God, computer is lagging. Okay.
That's a lot of money.
So, yeah, it is. Okay, so on Wednesday, I'm going to make sure I get the right one here. We were at 418 million. And some of you remember a few weeks ago, we all kind of took our little anonymous wagers or bets saying whether or not CIG would get close to what they made in the previous year in 2020. And they also had 3,412,500 citizens now. So we're reaching almost 3.5 million people who've registered for the game. Not active players, but people who have registered for the game.
Can I comment about that real quick?
Sure, go ahead.
During IAE for the free fly, they were making a 4,000 to 5,000 account per day, and on normal it's like 400 to 500 accounts per day. So that's a lot of new accounts that people trying the game.
Okay. And where are we now?
3.414 million and change, and 328. But yeah, that so that's 10 days or 13 days of IAE, so 13 times 5 is 65,000 new accounts. And yeah, that's a lot.
And how are we doing on funding now?
On funding, it's 418,767,160. So they've slowed down significantly since IAE ended. But
they've made more now. We actually beat 2020.
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to mention that. So you posted a Reddit thread. 2021 has been 2020 as the most funded year for CIG, and the year hasn't been finished yet. CIG has raised more funds this year than any other year, doubling what's been made in any of the first 7 years. And I'm going to that's a interesting sheet, but I'm going to switch to the crowdfunding spreadsheet that Nicole and I maintain, and that gives you. It has more details, and hopefully someone will put the link in Twitch chat. But yeah, I mean, if you just look at the bars by themselves, October made it even with last year, and then November just blew everything away.
Wow.
Any thoughts?
Straight to flyable.
Yeah. I also think that's a testament to seeing what's happening with their development. It's increasing. It's moving at a faster pace than it ever was. And so we're seeing a lot of new people coming in. There's a lot of interest in the game now, which is pushing us forward. We're going to see this growing exponentially over the next few years.
I think so. Sorry,
What's
already?
All right, sure. So what's also interesting is that many persons, including myself, thought that the reason why they had, made so much progress in terms of funding last year was because, of COVID and everything, and that by default we assumed that last year was an anomaly. But this year has been very, very eye-opening. There still could be a chance that some aspect of this year being an anomaly can be a trickle over from last year. So I'm very interested to see when things quote unquote normalize, if it really is because of just like I think it was Dark Knight who said it. It's just a testimony of CIG's progress and their development just flowing. Given how, of course, it's not set in stone, next year they're pushing for persistence and server meshing in some way. That could actually be another testimony to some really very interesting record-breaking moments as well in terms of their funding. So we'll see.
I think there's a few other things to take into consideration, and that is that next November, is actually 10 years from the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
And so there needs to, because we give CIG a lot of rope, we give them a lot of space, right? But it is coming on 10 years. So we've seen Chris move Sandy and the family to quote get Squadron done. To me, I don't want to read too much into the man. I don't know him, but that speaks of some frustration with it not being done. And I think that Chris and the team very much want something big next year because it is the 10-year anniversary since the Kickstarter, and that needs to be bombastic. The 10-year anniversary of Star Citizen. So I think we're going to see a lot more straight to flyable, a lot more ships, and there's a reason 319 and 320 is not on the roadmap. I don't think we're getting 319 and 320. We'll see. I could be wrong, but
they don't usually update the following year's roadmap until after they've had their January meeting. And that's January, like after they come back from their vacation, the holiday vacation, they take about 2 to 3 weeks to have meetings to get everything laid out for the next year.
I still don't know. I still think 4.0 is the end of next year, but You know, we'll see. I mean, go talk to Star Citizen Leaks. They supposedly know everything. So, but yeah, I think I'm trying not to ramble. I'm very tired, but I think this is not an anomaly. I think this is a testament to the progress, to the speed, to the continued growth of the studio and the project. And I really think that 2022 is going to be a record year and a watershed year for Star Citizen. I think it's going to be one hell of a ride, to be honest.
If I don't mind, just real quick, I want to say something about anomaly. And I get, Calrati, what you're saying. I'm going to say that it's not an anomaly. I might say that it is more the stars aligning. And what I mean by that is that COVID was an opportunity financially for the for gaming for Star Citizen. But there's something else that was unique that happened in 2021. There were no big payroll checks from the government. A lot of people did go back to work, and yet and still, we made more money. There weren't people sitting around at home as much as there was in 2020. But there were some other things that happened. One of them was that many of the games that people thought that they would be so enthusiastic and involved in over the last year have faded away and disappeared. Cyberpunk, for example. How much do you hear people talking about it right now? You know,
surprisingly a lot.
You can get it for under $10.
And right, and I'm referring to in the sense of that what people projected and thought that they would be doing. I'm not saying that the game wasn't good. I'm just saying that right now. Well, yeah, but I'm just saying right now, if they'd introduced the multiplayer and some other dynamics, maybe people would be still engaged in it. But right now, it's come and gone. There are a lot of games that over the last year have come and gone. Starbase. Remember, that was something to look forward to. That got pushed back for a year now.
Oh, besides that,
Starfield. Yeah, Starfield. I meant to say Starfield. And then there was the little bit of thing that happened with Elite Dangerous and Odyssey, where there was a lot of discontent and many players shifted from that. There was a lot of content creators putting out a lot of stuff. There was the consistency of the game getting better, the 30K dynamic shifting. More positive feelings about people inviting people, because a lot of people didn't invite people before because the game still felt very buggy. And I'm not saying it's not buggy now, but I'm saying there may have been some things that happened this year that kind of helped push that, because as many of you know, I said I thought that this year was going to be the leveling off year, and that by next year, if they didn't do things, we'd start to see a decrease. That we'd be seeing a decrease, but we saw an increase. Now think about next year. If server meshing is implemented, if Pyro is introduced, and if by the very least there's an announcement about Squadron 42, that might make another year of the stars lining up, where people start to build more confidence. Look at what the media has been writing about Star Citizen recently. There's not a lot of hate out there like there's been every year, even at the 400 million
there's still
mark.
some hate, but not as much.
Well, but not. I'm saying not as much. At the 400 million mark, you had the typical Kotakus in them. But even if you read what they said, they didn't do all of the, throwing stuff against the wall type of thing. They just raised the issue about we've made 400 million and that's been about it. So there just may be a shift that's starting to happen in general toward this game. And I think that's what's also happening too.
I got
another big thing that's going to push.
Hang on, let Dig jump in.
No, another thing that's going to push the numbers up is more of these Griffin and Calrati collaborations. You know what I'm saying? Like we did the other day. That's going to make it explode, cuz.
Oh my God!
Good to have you, Griffin. I'm going to push back a little bit because you keep saying we made this money.
Where's my check at?
I shouldn't say we.
Where's my cut?
He's got a mouse.
Still waiting, fast car. Still waiting.
Yeah, they. I should say they. Okay.
And the other thing I want to say is, total in 2020, they made 78,991,000. Today, it was in 21, obviously, it was 78,842,000. And if I go to the spreadsheet and probably update it, it might have actually surpassed that right by now. So let me look real quick.
And the other factor is that they still may do, which they could do, the holiday sale. Yeah. So we still have the end of this month where we could still see that maybe even going over to 79.
Last I checked, EIG was about. They were about 10% off of last year's numbers. And this is kind of a counter to what you were saying. Now, they've made decent money this year. But they've also changed some things this year as opposed to previous years. they've had more events, which has drawn more players. I mean, this year you've had how many Xeno threats? You've had one Ninetales lockdown, which I won't go into details about. They've had, we've had Invictus both 2020 and 2021. That didn't exist in 2019.
Yep, good points. You're right.
So I'm
More
looking at
interactions for players, yeah.
I'm looking at the number now. We're like less than 200K from beating 2020. So yeah, we can make that in a week. No, I said we this time, but I mean they can make that in a week.
Yes, everybody, let's drop 200 grand.
And raise it right now.
Bank account.
We'll raise it right now. Okay, cool.
All right. So next up we have Stanton the Pyro. So let me bring that up real quick. Just gotta hide that.
I know our scientist Jade is going to appreciate this. Thanks. Give a shout out to my buddy Nihilus who sent this to me today, or I sent it to him. I don't remember who sent it to me. I got it somewhere. I think Nihilus sent me the other stuff, but I think you guys will appreciate that. And Jade, maybe you can elaborate on what that is.
Sure. Absolutely. Right. So one astronomical unit, 1 AU, is the distance between the Earth and the Sun. So if you're doing freedom units, that's 93 million miles. Anyway, so basically what this is showing is that the entire Stanton system fits within, if it were in our solar system, and we're using the same scale. An AU is an AU. So an AU in Star Citizen is the same distance as an AU in real life. This is not scaled down. The entire Stanton system would fit between the Sun and the orbit of Jupiter. Pyro is 17 AU. So you can see right there, it's a much larger system. Stanton's a compact system. You think it takes a long time to travel across Stanton, quantum travel, you better get your XL1s ready for Pyro.
You don't have fuel to make it across
Pyro
with an
isn't
XL1.
even, Pyro isn't even the biggest system. I mean, there's Killian, there's several systems that are really big. So yes. And so this just gives you an idea of scale in Star Citizen, and what we take for granted in Stanton. It's going to be so much bigger in some of the other systems. There's going to be so much space to explore, so much space to traverse, and obviously you're going to need liberators. You're going to need help. You're going to need refuelers. People with their starfarers out there. Hopefully, the fuel rats come over to Star Citizen because we're going to need them. And yeah, if there's anything else, Griff, you'd like me to address?
No, I'm wondering how. So Pyro's gonna be 17 AU. I'm wondering what scale they're gonna use for the solar system.
It'll be the same as in real life.
Really?
It'll be just like Elite Dangerous. Sol is huge. It takes an hour to get to the Voyager probe.
Okay.
No, literally it does.
I didn't know that. It's just funny to me that it takes an hour, but I believe you. So yeah.
It takes an hour at 2,000 times the speed of light, by the way.
I should mention Elysiana Noir has a great site called Elysiana's World that has all the star systems in Star Citizen, and it has basically what you see here, how many AU from the star out to the furthest planet each one is. So if you want to go there and compare them, I'll put the link in chat.
MX asked how fast is quantum. It's still 2C, 0.2C, right?
No, that was they've we go
0.99 as the fastest quantum.
Okay.
We have a drive that goes 0.9, like 0.97.
0.97. Okay.
Yeah, it's the VK00.
Yep.
Oh, they're asking for the link. So if you can put that in broadcast alerts, one of the mods can post that. There you go. You put it in there.
Yep. Sorry.
No problem.
But yeah.
All right. That's cool. Thank you. Any other thoughts about the power system and the size?
I do believe people are going to be in for a culture shock. Not just about the size. A lot of people have gotten really, really lax in Stanton and I watch them go around and, oh, I'm going, mining at there in Halo. These are my exact positions. Yeah, you're going to get killed in Pyro a lot because there won't be comsats, there won't be UE Navy, there won't be nothing. You'll be on your own.
Hear you scream.
And
it'll be nullsec.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
to add to that, I think this also puts into the it gives some thought into like them putting in dynamic events or interdiction based dynamic events into these empty spaces, because I don't think that, even though these points of interest are much further apart compared to Stanton, I don't think that it's going to be all that dead space. We may have these very new and different dynamic events occurring between these points of interests that's going to definitely make it, like you said, a lot more dangerous, because it may take a longer time for security NPCs, if they are kind of patrolling the area close to the Stanton jump gate, to respond and come and help you. So if you are interdicted between these points of interests and you don't have a lot of backup, and it just so happens to be some kind of dynamic event that just shoots up out of the blue, then you may be in for a wild ride.
Okay. Well, next
People
up,
that
we
laughed
have-
at them Starfarer owners is going to be getting laughed at. The thing's going to be so
Yeah.
valuable.
That is true.
That's a good point.
So next up we have this week ISC. So it is about 10 minutes and it's split up between 4 and 6 minutes, or 5 minutes. So we're going to watch the first 5 minutes, grab your snacks or take a listen, and we'll begin.
This is the first MISC ship in about 5 years. In my mind, it'll be pushing into the further expanses of the universe, going as far as you can go, and seeing what's out there.
The type of player this ship should appeal to is those players who just like traditionally non-combat experiences. The Odyssey is sort of designed for a more generic role in terms of they want to go off into the wild blue yonder and just explore. Being MISC, obviously they work closely with Gian and incorporate tech, so that primarily on the art side gave a lot of flexibility, but on the design side allowed us to justify some of the more interesting features of the ship.
In terms of the ship from front to back, there's a lot more of that cool levitation tech. Got that classic sort of wide cockpit we see on MISC ships like the Freelancer. Underneath, we've got like a prospector type bubble where we can house 2 crew. One person does the tractor beaming, one person does the mining. We've got 2 unmanned turrets for a little bit of self-defense. There's one at the back under the underneath too.
And then the pilot has a variety of missiles to use.
On the interior, we've split it over 3 levels in total. Top deck is mainly some engineering space and refinery.
So you can mine Quantanium and refine it for the ship itself. So that essentially gives you the ability to just generate your own quantum and hydrogen fuel.
Obviously, Star Citizen is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. We're introducing more systems. Fuel is going to become a major issue, right? And so this is perfect for that kind of scenario. The middle deck is probably the most dominant of the 3.
You have a bridge at the front of the ship, and it's quite a nice bridge on the Odyssey because you have this huge bank of stations for all the crew to sit there all in one place. Every crew member has their own room with ensuite facilities on board.
And then the lower deck leads us to the hangar, which is basically what the whole ship is formed around, essentially. So that really did dictate the dimensions and the proportions of the ship.
It's a generic hangar. It's designed to our environmental hangar metrics, so there's a huge range of ships that can fit in there. You could bring a fighter ship if you want more defense, you could bring a prospector if you want to do even more mining. The hangar on there is a huge volume and helps support any choice you want to make with ships. There's a little medical bay in there for any accidents that happen along the way.
We have this one room which is kind of really in there just as like the rule of cool. You can just sort of sit there and just see space, you know, as you're zooming along.
The natural competitor to the Odyssey is the carrot.
In my mind, it's a carrot killer. What you can do with it is pretty impressive. It's kind of the multi-tool of the spaceship world.
It just gives you almost ultimate flexibility on how you want to play. The MISC Odyssey is the ultimate exploration ship.
The MISC Odyssey is the first offering from the storied manufacturer in quite some time, and they seem intent on bursting back into the scene with a massive impact that is sure to make Carrack owners look twice. And while that wraps up our multi-week coverage of the new ships and vehicles of this year's intergalactic...
Okay, and that's it for that part. That's the first part. Let me put that on mute and come back to everyone. Let's go in order. Dark Knight, what do you thought about the ISC, the MISC Odyssey section?
I think it was good. I mean, it gave some kind of an explanation, and at least as far as what they thought the Odyssey was. I think it was a pretty bad move to say that it was a carrot killer, but
that's one person's opinion. That's
on them, you know. But you know, this ship is going to serve its purpose, and it's you know, I'm an explorer myself, but I'm not going to get that ship. But I would love to be exploring with somebody that has that ship, or I can pilot it.
You can ride with me.
I can ride with you,
or me.
And there we go. I got 2 ships to pilot. But I got to say one thing is that pilot house. They got 6 seats in that pilot house. Why? This is crazy. Oh no.
Okay, cool. Dig that. What are your thoughts?
Man, carrot killer it is. I see a lot of people. I did a little poll, informal poll, and a lot of people, it's going to be some disloyal carrot owners because this thing does so much more for, like, I mean, relatively a little bit more money. So we're going to see a lot of trades on that. But I mean, look at what it does, man. It does everything that you need. It's self-sufficient 100%. And the carrot is as dope as it is. It's not going to be able to make the trips without stops like this is.
All right.
I don't know.
Okay. Face to face. What about you?
I think it's a cool ship, like everybody else is saying. You know, CIG, you know, just like any other business, they knew what they was doing when they named the carrot killer. Create that fanboyism, generate that money. I feel you.
Yeah.
Graybeard, how about you?
When I saw this video earlier today, and, you know, it just blew me away at the size of this ship. But as far as being a carrot killer, no. Because, like I've seen in the comments already in the Twitch chat, that they're supposed to complement each other. You know, the carrot is the explorer ship. The Odyssey is supposed to be able to fill in the gaps, if I can say it that way, as far as if you need fuel, it can mine the product, make fuel out of it. Now, my question is how you're going to get the fuel from the Odyssey to say, like, to a carrot?
Yeah, that is the question a lot of people are asking now. I think that's one of the top questions on the Q&A that's coming up. All right, Hodo, how about you?
Yes, I believe the ship is designed to complement the Carrack, but in different ways. The Carrack is the ship that finds the system. The Odyssey is the ship that then surveys that system to see its worth. Two different roles. The Carrack specifically designed to map wormholes, new jump points, all of that. The Odyssey doesn't show it can do any of that. So it may have a shorter range quantum fuel tank because it can refine its own fuel, but it's also going to be in system more than the Carrack. Well, the Carrack's going to go out and just keep going and then come back when it runs low on the mapped route it found. I do love finally they started putting Xeon technology in a MISC ship because I've been asking for years, where's the Xeon technology? Just because your ship flips vertically doesn't mean it's suddenly Xeon.
What's the Xeon tech in this ship?
You see it's got the grav lev elevator system.
Yeah.
That's right.
And even the doors are kind of Xeon in the way they're designed. I didn't see a whole lot of hinge work.
Yeah, I think the elevator part is coming up real quick, so it should be viewable soon. All right, thank you for that. Jade, how about you? What are your thoughts?
So yeah, I would like to totally agree with what Graybeard and Hodo said. To me, this is not a carrot killer. I mean, that's clever marketing, but if you scratch a little bit below the surface, if you look at a Carrack and you look at this, you're going to ask, where's the cartography deck? Right? It's what they didn't show you in this that doesn't exist. This is an exploration ship, but we saw very little that would support exploration in this video, right? We didn't see a cartography deck. We didn't see exploration drone room or anything like that. So yes, this is a really cool ship. And full disclosure, I own both a Carrack and this ship for different reasons. I don't think it's a Carrack killer. I do think the two ships will complement each other. That's all.
Okay. Karate?
So this goes back to what Jade had mentioned a little in the beginning of the stream, and one of the reasons why I was glad that the Odyssey as a ship came out was to see that CIG is continuing to push the combination of multifunction in their ship, but not just multifunction, but main multifunctions. So you have mining, refining, etc., because like we've been seeing before, where we get the prospector and the mold before the Orion, where we get, the vulture. Is it a vulture? Sorry, the Vulcan before the function of the reclaimer. We're seeing, the combinations of all of these variety of functions, and in this case, the Odyssey, as it goes, as we get closer and closer toward the Endeavor. Because when we get the Endeavor, they'll have a much stronger idea of how all of these multifunction systems come into play, how they can work within a single ship, even though the Endeavor will have, different modules and everything and attachments. So that's the main reason why I was glad that they released a ship like the Odyssey, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing how it functions with all of these additional, all these varieties of functions similar to how the Carrack will be operating as well, because it will add to a lot of it will add to a lot of knowledge as we get closer and closer to the Endeavor, I think.
Thank you. Okay. Op Chief, how about you? What are your thoughts?
Everybody has said it for me already, but the Trinity will be the Carrack, the Odyssey, and the Endeavor. That's the Holy Trinity right there.
What about the Aquila? What about the Dur?
Bleh.
I do wonder. Well, maybe they'll explain later, or maybe I haven't heard it yet. I do wonder where the Endeavor will fall into this role, because maybe it'll do something that both the Carrack and the Endeavor can do, but not everything that they both can do. So I wonder which a feature the Endeavor exploration module will put in.
Agriculture.
If it grows slam for those long trips, man.
All right, Popcorn Space, what are your thoughts?
I kind of look at it as being these are being pieces to a puzzle, and I think we'll only have smaller view of them. I think we're going to have an alien eventually.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is
cool.
why we didn't go. Which is why we held off.
Hmm. All right. Cool. Rain, how about you? What are your thoughts?
Well, the gameplay doesn't exist yet, so pathfinding is not something that we have, and we won't even when we have Pyro, because pathfinding is finding jump points that no one else knows exists, right? Pathfinding is opening up paths, finding paths to new places, to new and we've got those ships that range from the 315P and the Terrapin and the Dur and the Aquila all the way up to the Carrack, for example, and these larger expedition vessels that are going out to explore what was already found. The Odyssey kind of fills that little tiny bit of a niche right now because we don't have true, dedicated long-term. From a military perspective, I look at this from terms of endurance, right? Like, how long can a starship stay out doing what it's doing? And the Carrack does not have the endurance, the in-situ endurance that the Odyssey does, because the Odyssey is not designed to find the path. It's designed to go there after the path has been found and do the deep exploration of mapping the planets and exploring and looking for resources and being out there and exploring what's been found. The Carrack is there. Hey, look, cool, new star system. Let's go onward. And I worry that CIG is building towards gameplay I don't know if we're ever going to see, because to truly, I hate to be the one that's the downer here, but to truly get that pathfinding, they need to give us brand new jump points and brand new star systems that are not on the system map, that aren't planned, that aren't lured out, and a way for us to go and explore places that are completely unclaimed, that no one knows exist.
I think that was the plan, though.
Boldly go where no one has been before.
Yes, boldly go where no one has been before. I don't know if that is still the plan or not, but if they can't put one star system together in less than 3 months, what makes you think they're going to put 120 together?
Well, they do have have a new branch that dedicated.
That's true, but it still takes time to put these systems together.
True,
right?
Yeah, but most of that time is spent on landing zones. If you had a totally naked system that's just got resources, you could just procedural planet the entire thing.
Yeah. But that's not how they operate.
But that's not how they operate with the ones that are in lore, because they have a specific lore they have to adhere to. But one that is completely undiscovered, we as the players would determine the lore of that system, what ends up being constructed there, and so be it.
I still think they would want an artist working on a brand new system, even if it only took them a week to put one out, to tweak atmospheric lighting and to make sure that the system works and that everything works fine and that things like that. So, but
they made auto moons.
I think you guys are saying the same thing. What CIG said they do is that they do use procedural generation and they customize it. They go in with their artists and modify. But and you're right, the fact that they do have not the luxury, but the technology to generate some really serious procedural stuff, but then they go back in with their tool. And remember, this is what the whole thing about tools was back in the day, right? They were doing all this work about tools so that they could go in and handcraft, like you said, anything from, like Jade said, from landing zones to, they've got all the V4 stuff in for atmospherics and all that stuff. So it's a combination of both. And the fact that they can make them quickly now, I think we heard them go from 2 years to 3 months, was it? When they did stuff, which is amazing. And now they've got a studio that's dedicated to doing this stuff, which means they're going to churn this stuff out in a really good pace. So we'll get there.
I just want to break in real quick. So, dig that on the screen right now. I have the elevator tech. That's what they're talking about. The elevator.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
And just real quick. Sorry, I'm just my thing here is I'm the player that this game does not cater to yet, because I'm the player that wants to go out into the black and say goodbye and not come back. And that's just not possible. And I don't know if it is going to be possible, I hate to bring it up, like Elite, even though Elite has all these billions of planets that are all the same, I still want that being able to go out into the black and to explore. And Star Citizen does not give that to me yet.
Yeah,
So
in
I hope it
time.
does.
Let's hope in time. Yeah, it does. In time. Yeah, absolutely.
To kind of give you, some kind of, I guess you could say, solace in that. I'm usually the big negative one, but you're taking that role for me today. That's kind of weird.
Red Wolf, how about you? What are your thoughts, Red Wolf?
I just want to know if you could park a pickup in it.
Park a what?
A pickup.
Pickup in it.
A pickup. Well, maybe.
Nomad.
Or a rock.
Yeah, you can put your Nomad in it.
Maybe you
Yeah.
can put the Nomad in there.
Matter of fact, there's a great video. I'm going to put it in chat that Nubifire put out today or yesterday, where he outlines every ship that will fit in the Odyssey.
Cool. Thank you. Yeah, I would definitely watch that later.
And it's quite a few. It's quite a few.
I kind of agree with everybody. It's going to have its own little niche in the game. It's really not going to be an explorer like the Carrack is. So we'll just got to wait and see. And yeah, I picked up a CCU for it.
Okay. How about you, Spitfire? What are your thoughts? Spitfire?
He's somewhere spitting hot fire.
I guess he is.
Yeah.
Griffin, how about you? What are your thoughts?
On the Odyssey, I'll make it real quick. Everybody said everything. I think they complement each other. I do believe in the triangle of, moving from a smaller ship like the, not a smaller ship, but the Carrack as a Pathfinder to an exploration ship like this ship.
Smaller.
And then, well, I mean, I was thinking small, like DUR or 315. I didn't want to go that small, but I meant the pathfinding has to happen first. Then obviously the exploration aspects, general science exploration comes in. And then when we look at a ship like the Endeavor, that once you've found out, where the seeds are and you've got your medical, I mean, you can actually set up out there with a ship like that. I do like the hangar. I recommend that the ship that you partner with this would be a Sin if it were me. I'm not worried about a fighter per se. I would want a Sin because a Sin could work as a scout for this ship. It has research, science, and technology inside of it. It has quantum ability. And even when you want to find the quantanium that you need to refuel this ship, the Sin can go out and search for that while you're doing whatever, and then let you know where you can find that quantanium. Because as great as it is to say you're going to mine for quantanium, any of you all who mine know that just because you go to a belt doesn't mean you're going to find quantanium. And you don't want to be lugging the ship from spot to spot to spot to spot. It would be even better to know where it is, go directly there and pick it up. But of course, you could also put in a Prospector, which is also another ship that fits in here. There are a lot of ships that fit in here. I'm really excited also to Hodl's point about them introducing the technology for Xi'an into this ship, because we saw it with the Gatak, Raylan. To see them start to put that in is also awesome. I love the fact that there's a 6-person bridge on this ship, but I'd love to know what all those positions will do other than turret stuff, because I know there's going to be more to it than that. I love the fact that if you look at the similarities of the design, some of you may have seen when they went through engineering where the Quantanium area was and the engines were, they also showed that there was a gravity well there, just like on the Starfarer. So I love the fact that they did the walkthrough. I think it answered a lot of questions for people, and I think there are going to be some people who have both, some people who are going to like one or the other between the Carrack. But I think it's a great addition to folks who are into exploration, and the fact that they said this ship is for people who are not into combat per se. That this is the thing that they want to have a niche for those folks that want to play the game that way.
Yeah, you stole one of the points that I was going to bring up. I love the walkthrough. I wish they did that for more ships, especially like big concept ships. The bridge, the 6-person bridge, remind me of Star Trek. You have number 1 and number 2 sitting side by side, and you have the 4 people in front. What more can I take from Star Trek other than that? And the last thing is they mentioned quantum and hydrogen fuel, and they didn't mention any other type of refining. So I think that was one of the top questions on the Q&A that they have going. So quantum and hydrogen fuel, nothing else. All right, with that, we're going to continue on with ISC. So, and by the way, just a note, I'm going to let it play until the end, okay? Just to let people know.
Carrack owners look twice. And while that wraps up our multi-week coverage of the new ships and vehicles of this year's Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, let's go ahead and take a look into the future with a special vehicle-themed sprint report. To get things started, members of the EU Vehicle Content Team have returned their attentions to the Hull A and Hull C as they continue refining the work previously done in order to bring it up to current standards and, perhaps most importantly, metrics. Now, if you've been following the project for some time, you'll know we learn with each and every ship we make, and it's essential to take those lessons forward so they can inform each and every ship yet to come. Now, while the Hull A continues its journey through Final Art Exterior and Gray Box Interior, what you can see here with the Hull C are the results of not just some recent lighting passes, but an effort to update the interior scales of certain areas for improved player and NPC comfort alike, addressing those metric issues and experimenting with some early attempts at new building block screens for tractor beams and the like. And speaking of tractor beams, the Vehicle Content Team has begun building the size 1, 2, and 3 tractor beams that can be equipped to a variety of vehicles, bringing with it some long-awaited functionality to ships like the 300 seen here, the Caterpillar, and more. Minor updates are also underway to the Starfarer as it gets ready to make its debut not just as the first refueling ship in Star Citizen, but the first refining vehicle as well, as new additions to the exterior walkway will allow it to take canisters of newly mined fuel from other spaceships for processing. And yes, we want to update the interior just as much as you do. We're looking at where we can slip that into the schedule now, so hang tight. Up next, let's move along to the Vulture, the entry-level salvage ship from Drake, which has moved into final art phase with a look at the habitation area, as well as the cockpit. And for ships just beginning their journey, we can announce that the Scorpius fighter from RSI has begun its journey through white box phase, where the team works to ensure all current metrics are met and that all the component spaces work as we'd like them to. It's so far so good, with no surprises, which itself is kinda always a surprise. And finally, before we let you go, we showcased the updated concepts for the Banu Merchantman at this year's CitizenCon. And now I'm pleased to report that in our final IAE 2951 vehicle episode, that the Merchunk Man itself has begun its journey and moved from concept phase into white box with this highly anticipated first image. Hey, everything starts somewhere. She may not look like much, but she's got it where it counts, and you're going to get to follow along with it from the very beginning of its journey from this point forward. So what did we learn this week? Well, we learned that MISC wasn't content to just let Anvil sit alone at the top of the exploration pyramid with the recently revealed Odyssey. That there are a variety of new ships and ship updates that will make their way to the persistent universe between this year's IAE and the next. And that sometimes I'm just going to hide stuff in the outro to reward folks who watch until the very end. Something like a bunch more Banu Merchantman updates, maybe. Looking good. Nice. That's a turret, not an ED-209. Ooh, and some video. Yes, sometimes I'm a jerk, but I'm your jerk. Now don't forget that our big IAE All Ships Q&A airs tomorrow on Star Citizen Live on Twitch, and it's your chance to ask about the Spartan, the Raft, the Odyssey, and all the latest vehicles from this year's IAE, and then we'll be right back here next week with a look at the exciting future of Gravlev and revamped Jumptown 2, both coming in Alpha 3.16. For Inside Star Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. We'll see you all next week. And now, for people who stick around until the very end, I got this. It's not coming soon, though.
I love that one.
I love that one.
This is the
That's a
best
great
thing ever.
ending. That's a
Get
great
that
ending.
Great
off.
episode.
This is the best thing ever.
What is that about?
That's Voltron.
Jade.
Yeah, that's
It's
Voltron.
Voltron, Jade.
Oh.
In 1984, the greatest cartoon ever. No, I'm not going to go that far. But 1984, Voltron was a cartoon editor in the afternoon after school. I came home. I was a religious watcher. I loved that series. So yeah, that was Voltron basically.
Okay.
Don't worry, Jade.
We still got the toys.
With Power Rangers or something.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Jade.
Yes.
From days of long ago, from
Yes.
uncharted regions of the universe, comes a legend. The legend of Voltron, defender of the universe. A mighty robot, loved by good, feared by evil.
Okay. So those rafts were making a robot that
Yes.
has a Pico head.
Yes.
Okay.
He said,
I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna send Jade the opener to Voltron.
And Al formed the head. Anyway.
And all for
I'll go get some.
let's start in the middle. So Jade, what do you thought about the last half of ISC?
Well, I'll skip the Voltron part because I got to get up to speed on that.
Okay, bye.
But yeah, like one of the things I said in chat was, if that's the white box of the BMM, and I'm specifically pointing this out because that's your ship, Vascart. What did we see at CitizenCon? If that was like a
concept.
mock-up, okay, then okay.
That's like in CitizenCon with artist drawing. This was the white box, the modeling of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, all right. So then this is the real thing as we see it in its current state, and what we saw at CitizenCon was what they hope the interior looks like.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I think because a lot of people might have had that question. But yeah, what I also gleaned from this was that CIG's become really good at making ships. When they said there's no surprises with the Scorpius. Yeah, that's all I have.
Okay, cool. Karate, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, it was nice to see. Similar to what Jade said, it's that constant flow, that improvement in developing ships now. It's really confident, and I'm really looking forward to it. Transferring over that whole culture of continuous improvement with their flow to the other aspects of the other teams and everything. So, but overall, I'm really looking forward to the Banyu Merchantman as well, and seeing some more work, as it makes more progress next year. So yeah, pretty good. And I also have to go up to speed with Voltron because I know the name, but I never really knew. I thought it was Power Rangers. Okay, that's what I grew up on with it.
I love the Twitch chat. It's all caught up on 80s cartoon right now. I love you. Thank you for that. That warms my heart. Thank you.
I thought I was old. Like I understood it was Voltron.
Oh, I did too.
Okay.
I mean, and the other thing is, Voltron had a remake on Netflix, but I don't really consider that
fantastic.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. All right, Chief, how about you? What are your thoughts?
I can't wait for the BMM. That's all I'm gonna say. Bring me.
Alright.
Give me BMM.
Pops in face, you too?
Yeah, it was nothing else but all that other stuff, whatever it was, I don't know, don't care. BMM. Hey, that's what was for.
Preach.
Yeah.
There you go.
And I just want to say, it's spinning.
Yeah, exactly.
Rain, how about you?
Again, Jared is ours, and we love him, and he is a treasure. And I don't think this game would be anywhere near where it is in our community without him. He really is an integral part of this community, and this project. And I am very happy that I understood that it was Voltron. Anyway, I think it's really, really awesome to see the ships that are entering final art. Right? Hey, wait a minute, that's the whole A and the whole C and the Vulture, and there are ships that are entering final art phase, which means they're right around the corner. And ships that are finally moving into their white boxing, that we're going to get to watch them as they get ready to come into the verse, which means hell, we might have the Banyu Merchantman next year. Because if it just came into white box, you know.
I wouldn't get my hopes up about that. I would think maybe a year.
That's what I meant, though, is like the end of next year.
I think it'll be 2023, but that's my guess.
Yeah. But overall, no, I think
put it this way: I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm hoping you're right. But that's just my guess.
Yeah, I'm hoping I'm right too. I really don't care about the Bandit Merchantman. I don't know why everybody else does. I mean, it's a flying shopping mall, but whatever.
You don't like the mall?
I don't. I don't care. Like I couldn't care
Randy's
less.
more of an Amazon person.
That's true. That's true. Anyway, but
go on. Sorry.
One second. It's just really good that CIG has. I think we are finally seeing them get to a level of mastery, and that excites me a lot, and it should be exciting everybody else. Now I'm done. Sorry.
Okay. Red Wolf, what are your thoughts?
I'm ready for him to put the Kraken in white box.
Which one?
I mean, come on, a glorified shopping mall. Let's bring them both up.
Yeah. Yeah, fine. Anything else?
Nope, nothing about them. I really not interested in that part of the game, so I haven't really followed them.
Okay, fair enough. Spitfire, what are your thoughts?
Okay, in terms of the second half of this, that Drake Vulture interior final art phase actually looks really great for Drake ship, and that's me giving pretty high praise, honestly, especially since I don't really like Drake ships. Second thing, one of my favorite comments of this entire thing is, and yes, we wish to redesign the interior of the Starfarer just as much as you do.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. My only
BMM?
Go ahead. My only question about the redesign of the interior is that will that increase the price? Because I have a Starfarer Gemini to Endeavor CCU, so if that increases the price of the Gemini, I'm screwed. But yeah, other than that.
Yeah. And then BMM, I'm super excited to see some of the white box images, especially the engine, and we actually have the video of it rotating, which makes me really, really happy.
Yeah, me too. And also, who did not understand the Ed 209 comment? Everybody got the Ed 209 comment? Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Dark Knight, what are your thoughts?
Oh, all right. So let's see. BMM, really cool. It's nice to see some of the white boxing going on here. Obviously, they've been working on it for a while, and a lot longer than we probably think they have. And I think that's another call to the fact that they've gotten ship design down now, or at least have gotten really close to getting it down. We've seen that with like the 400, the Raft, the Redeemer, all of these new ships that have been coming out where the interior and the exteriors are matching and filling the spaces correctly. And what we're going to see with the BMM is going to be amazing. As far as other ships, I think that, I'm not a Drake fan, but the Drake Venture, it looks really, really cool. I think it's a great, it's going to be a cool looking ship. I meant Vulture. I keep getting mixed up with Eve because
right.
I can't do it. I can't do that. I can't not knock them for making a ship that looks exactly like the ship from Eve. But enough said there. But I think it's pretty cool what they're coming up with these new ship designs and the things that they're putting together. And I've got to say too, with the you said Spitfire with the Starfarer, and maybe it definitely needing some work, because after we see it with these new ship designs, it definitely needs to go back to the drawing board. And we're going to see what's going to happen with the Odyssey when that comes out. And shout out to Voltron, Raftron. Yeah, I'm down.
I mean, they should not put stuff like that in ISC, because now I want something like that.
Right, because I want it. I will buy them all. I will buy all of them.
They already said that they will not be adding that particular
trolling
to the game.
CIG trolling as usual.
They should not show it if they're not going to. But go ahead.
Now, but what I think is probably going to happen is it's probably going to be like either a collectible item where it's just like this Raftron doll with a Pico ball head.
I mean, they're leaving money on the table. I mean, they tease us like this, and
I will throw money at them like
right. Dig that. What are your thoughts?
Yo, first of all, don't be relegating my BMM to a flying mall, okay? All right, it's got cargo power like a boss. It ain't just a mall. Man, when you look at it, it looks like it should be the Banu Merchant Cathedral. It's got a really Catholic church look to it inside, which between the shopping and firepower, the Ferengi would love that.
Oh yeah,
yeah. What I was curious about was they got the tractor beam on that 300 series ship. I can't think of a use case for that. What about you guys?
It's the 315P, which is a Pathfinder. So if you're out there pathfinding and you find something you need to haul back to somewhere else,
like what?
Artifacts,
satellite, I don't know.
Satellite, ship, piece of a space station that cargo that was long lot. Maybe you find the Artemis, and you want to take something back to the UE to prove that you found it.
Or you find Rexla. Wait, wrong game.
You'd be a nice little target. Somebody catch you hauling that thing around.
You found something radioactive. You found something radioactive, but you can't put it in your ship because it's too dangerous. But you can keep it outside your ship.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That I can see.
All right, face to face. What are your thoughts?
Oh, well, I have to definitely say I'm loving the BMM simply because I want to go on that ship and role play. I want to be that brother like in Coming to America with a trench coat and be like, hey, you want to buy a watch? You want to buy a hair dryer?
That's some fly dental hygiene gear.
That's it?
That's it.
Did you know the Voltron reference?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. You cool then. Great BM.
I come from the same era. Come on now.
My thought on the BMM, when I saw that, my jaw fell through the floor down to the apartment below me. I thought to myself, man, just thinking of stuff I can do with that. Being a tradesman, which is what I'm going to get into in Star Citizen and trade and whatever else. Well, that shift would come in, I guess, handy for out there somewhere. People might need resupplies and, whatever.
Okay. Hodo. Yeah, I started with Jay. So Hodo, your last up. So, what are your thoughts?
Well, this is going to sound horrible, but the BMM was not something that interested me much, but I absolutely love the concept. Just not my style of play. I'm glad they're finally getting that thing started. I mean, it is the oldest ship currently in the pipeline. I think the Vulture's the second oldest right now. But
the Endeavor's not even in the pipeline.
Yeah, the Endeavor will be the last ship they do. Right. But the Starfarer reference was the one that got me most excited because it's like there's a long list of old ships that just need to be reworked. Interior Starfarer, 600, Constellation, Freelancer, Cutlass, you name it. I mean, all of them, the metrics have changed since they came out. They're some of the earliest ships in the game. So they get the Starfarer done, maybe, just maybe, there's hope for the others. That's pretty much it.
Okay, Griffin, welcome back. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, like everybody else, excited. I love the fact that they did the little tease there because they knew a lot of people would watch the first half of the show about the Odyssey, but not care about the sprint report. So it was kind of cool for them to do the little reveal on the BMM, and of course, I'm sure BMM owners are very excited about that. I think I typed in earlier that they are always a little bit further ahead than what they see us. We're not always seeing what was done yesterday, but maybe what was done a few weeks ago, or maybe even a month or two ago. So I love the fact that they gave us what they did, the white boxing today. Also, the progress on the whole A and C. I think we've already talked about the fact that we feel that cargo and freight are coming down the road, next as far as the next big thing that they're going to work on for a mechanic. So it's good to see that that's progressing well. And the updates to the sea, because they had shown us some interiors of the sea before, but you can definitely see some even better modeling that they've done of the ship. And I also like the fact that they showed the Starfarer. They talked about the fuel cells that are going to go on the back of that area now, in the back of the catwalk where there's a space. So they're definitely plugging in this whole refueling thing, which is going to be pretty neat. So I'm excited about all that.
I have to say, maybe I'm overstating this a bit, but this probably is my top 5 ISC for the year of 2021. They had the Odyssey, they had the Merchantman, and they ended off with freaking Voltron or Rathtron. I mean, you can't get much better than that, at least in my opinion, for my personal sake. Something didn't come up much with the size 1, 2, and 3 tractor beams. So we did mention the 315p for that, but other ships too will use a tractor beam. So I think that's cool. I also like the whole A and C. I don't either the whole A or C. I have the B, but I'm still looking forward to the series as a whole. So that's also cool. So like I said, top 5, maybe number 1 ISC for the year for me.
And you guys, Jade, I'm glad you mentioned that. The Cutlass is one of those ships, and the Caterpillar is another ship that we know will get tractor beams in the future. Taurus definitely gets one, right?
Yeah, it has on the bottom turret.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
Cool. All right, so next up we have the machinima. Griffin, you wanted me to show an image before we get to that. It's on the screen now.
Yeah, I kind of want to reflect back to what I said about Graybeard earlier, being on and having the new players who are coming into the Star Citizen community. This was a post that, and this is what Nyla sent me today. My buddy Nyla sent this, and it said, "I can't enjoy Odyssey anymore after experiencing the amazing seamlessness ship of transitioning in a ship." I'm not throwing rocks at ED. What I am bringing this up about is that for many of us, we've kind of forgotten how exciting it was for the first time to be able to walk out of a ship. We do it so much now that we don't even think about it. Just like carrying a box, we don't think about it anymore. So this next machinima is a very short machinima. It's that's maybe 3 minutes long, if that long. But I think it kind of takes us back to what it was like when we did some things for the very first time in Star Citizen. And yeah, that's the reason why we picked that one for this week. So let's take a look at it.
All righty then. Wow, that was impressive. Let's go in order. Dark Knight, what do you thought of Leaving Home in short machinima?
Okay. I thought that was good. Very well shot. They've got some good work with the camera there, and the music went along with it very well. Great editing. Um, this is just a very well done cinematic of what Star Citizen's, the beauty of Star Citizen itself. It's not so much the gameplay in some ways, it's, we all know about the gameplay and things like that, but this is just taking it all in, and just kind of realizing that. And then I think when we were talking about Elite Dangerous, I played thousands of hours. Many of people that are in our chat and that are in the room here, we played thousands of hours. And this was something that we had been hoping for with Odyssey, but all of us that had been in Star Citizen before Odyssey came out knew we weren't going to get Star Citizen levels of this kind of a detail, but we wanted it Elite to do it its own way. And the way we feel it now is they shoehorned something into the game, as opposed to actually building it for the game, which makes a big difference. This is just a testament of what's happening with Star Citizen as a whole. It's growing. Things are moving at an incredibly fast pace now, and people are starting to see the value of what is happening with this project. I like this. This was great machinima. Really great.
Cool. All right, next up we have Dig That. What do you thought?
It was good. Whose is this? Whose video is this?
This is done by Mod81 Gameworld.
Okay. Yeah, they was really working that camera. I'm gonna have to take some lessons because they did a great job with that. But yeah, it does, like, since Griff had mentioned the first time we walked around and looking at this, it does make me think of how I thought that this was what Elite Dangerous was gonna be like all those years, when I used to play it, and then finally figured that wasn't gonna happen. And so it just kind of makes me feel warm and fuzzy being a Star Citizen player and being able to do this stuff on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Face to face, what do you thought?
It's a cool video. It did pretty good. I liked it.
Okay. Graybeard.
I can put it to you like this, and like I've said before, I'm an Elite Dangerous refugee, but there was a fellow on another Discord that said when he first started playing, he said this was the game that he dreamed about when he was young. To me, to watch that video, I mean, it's like being in a dream. Here we are. We're walking around in a station, walking around in a ship, walking around on a planetary surface. Can't do half of that in Elite Dangerous. And I'm gonna say this, and then after this, I'm gonna shut my mouth because I gotta get to bed. But CIG, Chris Roberts, and Star Citizen are so far up and beyond what Elite Dangerous could have been.
Okay, thank you. Hodo. Hodo, you there?
Yes, sorry. I was hitting the wrong button. But I thought it was a good video. I don't know. Like me, I still play Elite, but for different reasons. Like, Elite offers things that Star Citizen doesn't. Star Citizen offers things that Elite doesn't. Different games.
Yeah, and again, I don't want this to be like an elite bashing thing because that's not was my intention. I
No.
because they are distinctively games, and I think we've all rooted them. I play Elite. Dig plays Elite. Colossal. A lot of us play Elite. Jade plays Elite. I think what I wanted to reflect on was the comment that the person made that sometimes we get so caught up on all the features and this, that, and the other that's not being done in Star Citizen, and because we've gotten so used to things that we've kind of forgotten what it was like just to do something as simple as walk from a ship to a planet or a moon. And I thought that this video was kind of just a very simple reminder of that without getting into combat and exploration and mining, but it was just a real simple thing to go back and remember what it was like the first time you stepped off your cutlass and heard the wind blowing and were able to walk into this building. You know, it was really a cool thing to be able to do that. And that was the main reason why I wanted to show this video. So cheers to Elite, because we do want Elite to succeed, because we want to have good space games out there.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
absolutely. We do. And again, many of us backed it. I was in the alpha for it and been playing it. I'm off and on. People like DK dig that. They've been playing this game for centuries, thousands of hours in the game. But anyway, that's why I want to make the emphasis of why we were showing this video.
I mean, not just the first time you walk into a ship, the first time you walk into, talked about that earlier before, the first time you walk into IAE and you see the reclaimer.
Oh, that was a big time, yeah.
Or some other big ship that for the first time, and there's something you don't own. I remember back a few years ago, we got to see the Idris in IAE. It was in one of the hangars, so that was a big moment. So Star Citizen continually set up these big moments for the backers, and I applaud them for it.
I was gonna say,
go ahead.
Just one of my big treats this year. I always love doing it. Is I'll go through some of the people who don't have a lot of viewers on Star Citizen on Twitch, and one of the persons, their stream title was "My First IAE," and I sat there and I watched, and I just sat there for the next 4 hours just watching them wander around the event halls, and I'm like, this is so great seeing somebody enjoy this too.
Right. That was Hodo, correct?
No.
Okay. Oh.
No. He mean Hodo was last is what he means.
Oh, yeah,
Hodo
yeah.
was last, yeah.
That's what I meant. That's my bad. Jade, go ahead.
Yeah, this video pretty much sums up, you know, that new player feeling of, you know, this game is almost photorealistic at points, and that's what was showcased. I think that was HDMS Apari on Hurston, the outpost, and seeing the sunset. I mean, it's almost a meme now when we talk about sunset photos. But the reason there are so many of them is because they are spectacular in this game, right? And correct me if I'm wrong. This was done by who posted the post on Reddit about this being them not being able to go back to Elite, right?
Well, no. They had their own video showing
Okay.
them getting out of there. I think they were in a freelancer, and they got out, you know, and let down the big door in the back and walked
Okay.
out, you know. And I just kind of found this other one because I had this one on my list of machinimas, and I thought this would just kind of complement the headline on that particular post, you know.
Yeah. The other thing about this is it had People to Planet vibes for anybody who remembers that video. This is almost like this is the realization of what that dream was back then, and it's just phenomenal. It's a great video.
When I first saw the People to Planet video, that blew my mind. That was so amazing back then, and I was like, whatever. We had it for a few years now.
Yeah.
Kalawadi, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I really liked how they kind of reminded us of, you know, that whole feeling of leaving a planet and such. Because it's one of those things that we kind of like, okay, we're done at this point, we're just gonna boost up and leave and go wherever we need to go. But yeah, I really liked, you know, that he or she or they produced this video, and I hope that they complement it. Because I was getting that vibe that they complement it with another video of going to Pyro or going to another star system when that time comes, you know? So leaving this planet or that moon and then heading to that star system. So it's something that I'm really looking forward to him and many other YouTubers kind of doing, complementing videos like these. So pretty good job.
Abby, you said that video literally got you to spring a big dollar on Star Citizen. Which video was it? Was it Poop of the Planet or something else? So thank you for that, Kalani. Madam Suna, what are your thoughts?
Well, hello everybody.
Hello.
I'm very new here. Hi. Welcome. This one, I've actually seen this video before, and it's beautiful. It's almost movie quality, and I think the best thing about this is I'm probably about a year into Star Citizen. I've only been here about a year, and I still find myself kind of idly walking through planets or particularly pretty sunsets and things like this. And I kind of like that they've put together this beautiful, beautiful movie quality video to kind of capture those moments, because I sure do enjoy them. I take the time to walk on out to the ship every once in a while, walk around, look around. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful game.
Cool.
Welcome to the community. Welcome to the community.
Thank
1
you.
year in. That's great.
Chief, what are your thoughts? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, madam.
Oh no, I was going to give some credits to how I ended up here. DePoets has been on your channel, and he's one of my friends that I play with here in Star Citizen.
Awesome.
Cool.
That's great.
Well, Chief, what are your thoughts?
I think the biggest selling point of this is that not a single word was spoken. Everything is just enjoying the scenery. It's almost like you can just reach out and touch everything you're looking at. It's just beautiful.
Okay. Pops in Space, what are your thoughts?
Yep, Ops Chief read my mind. It allowed the scene Star Citizen to really tell its own story, and the music just brought us along.
Red Wolf?
Okay, well, I missed it because I had some RL stuff going on with Mom. But I have a question I'd like to throw up here to Griff. I think you said last week that you run everywhere. And then I heard you say something again later on. Like, how do you see the scenery if you're running everywhere?
Everybody here will tell you it's the opposite, Red. I was telling people about running everywhere. I don't run everywhere because we were talking about the detail in the game and how easy it is for players to sometimes miss all of the labor and work that the artists and developer and designers have done in the game. And so what you probably heard me say was that people are always running everywhere, but they need to stop and take a look and really appreciate a lot of it. Don't get me wrong. A lot of times people are trying to hurry up and meet their friends, maybe because time doesn't allow for that, or they only have so much time to play the game, because you can spend 30 minutes just walking from your hab and getting on your ship. But I was encouraging people to stop and walk. A lot of people who role play in the game do it automatically, but sometimes it's so easy. I think someone just said it a moment ago. It's so easy, I think Clarati said, to just go from mission to mission to mission to mission and miss things or not see things that CIG has done to improve the game. People have talked about the performance of the game, the detail, the clarity that they see now in this latest patch, because they're noticeable. But it's also very easy. I mean, not to be funny, when you go into the spaceport at Hurston and you look at the lights that they put in, the design of the actual light fixtures just blows my mind. There's a lot of labor and time and effort that's been put into making this game not just about picking up a box or, picking up, whatever it is you're doing. But there's a certain artistry that I think you can really appreciate in the game.
Can I throw something in on top of that, Griff? In addition to the details and taking the time to walk and I walk everywhere. There's one other thing that's kind of within the game itself. What I've found when I'm walking, that there are little spots that I hit. And my character might shift a little bit, say going down a stair and it hits a little spot, but it's not there. I don't see it, but I shift a little bit. and my character stops, or walking outside of a door, my character shifts just a little bit. It's getting used to the geometry on the other side of that object, whatever that object is. So I've noticed if I'm going towards the stairs and I'm walking towards the stairs, I might hit a little spot of geometry that I do not know exists. It's not there. It's not visible. I think those are tripping spots. Those are places where people that are running at full speed hit those and then end up tripping over those little items. And if you're walking, you can notice them. They're there. When you're walking out of a door, out of an outpost, check the wind. Make sure that if the wind is blowing, take your time walking out the door. Stop when you get outside of the door and wait for the transition to happen before going down the stairs. That makes a huge. I'm telling you, it's a huge difference.
Yeah, that's what Griff was referring to. He runs everywhere, but he never tripped or fell or hurt himself.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was saying when I run, I've never had that problem. That's what I was saying. Because believe me, I don't run everywhere. And because I think it came up, I think, Red, to your point, someone was talking about how they were falling all the time. And I mentioned about when people are going up, like they mentioned the ramps or the MSR or the Cutlass, that they're always falling. I said, I don't ever have that problem when I run, but that's just me. And there are some people that do have that problem, some people that don't. And to figure out what it is completely, if it's we talked about whether it was anything from the internet to, something in the game, but we do know that it is a problem for some players in the game. So I think that's what I was referencing.
Okay, because I was just confused when I heard you say one and then the other.
Yep.
Confused.
Yep, no problem.
I do like to think of these spots as being a feature to remind people to walk. Almost like a speed bump.
That would be great.
I like that, madam. I like that.
We missed Spitfire. I was just about to get to him, but he dropped. I hope he comes back.
It's late night for him. Yeah, he usually crashes out. We missed him.
Let me throw a comment in here. I walk everywhere. When I'm in New Valley. Or when I was in Port Chrysler. I used to tell a friend of mine years ago, he better slow down and smell the roses. Now I'm eating my own words. With sugar.
But that's what we want to encourage players to do. Like I said, I know that there are reasons for why people run, but I also know that there's some people who run no matter what, and they don't take time to stop and really appreciate a lot of the work that's being done in the game. So, yeah, every once in a while, smell the roses, just like Graybeard said.
So, my comments on the video, I believe that was the Mercury Star Runner. I'm pretty sure about that. And is that the Silver Spark paint job, or is that some other paint job that I don't recognize? Anyone know?
I think that's the one that's the black and gold. Is that
the
what it is?
black and gold one. I think that was
that
it.
black and gold.
I think it's called the Night Runner.
The Night Runner?
The Night Runner?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't see that one on sale. I would have definitely gotten that if that was on sale.
You got that from the mini game back
that
when
came
it
from
was
the
on
mini game.
concept.
Oh, darn. Okay, thank you for telling me that. I like that they had film grain. And Star Citizen is probably one of the few games that have film games on by default. I hardly ever noticed that in other games, and it really works to great effect in this game. And I can tell that the machinima definitely had that on. One thing, my opinion, this is just my sole opinion, I think the music was a bit too powerful for this video, but I mean it worked well. They're just a bit powerful. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I can see that.
A little on the epic side.
Yeah.
The epic
Very theatrical.
I'm sure he wouldn't have said that if it was a BMM, y'all. Y'all know that, right? It'd have been perfect for a BMM. So.
No, he would have wanted full orchestra going all out.
For the BMM.
Right.
All right, I'm gonna have to cut out of here.
All right, Graybeard.
All right, take care,
Graybeard.
I really enjoyed coming in and visit with y'all. So y'all have a good night, and we'll talk to you soon.
Take care.
You're always welcome.
All right, Griffin, you have any final thoughts about the machinima?
Nope, I'm not going to say anything because folks have already said it, and we still got 2 more things to do before we wrap up for the night. So I'm going to pass it right back to you.
All right, so we're going to do the giveaway video. You want to talk about the, well, we can just show the video and people can get all the information there, right?
Yeah, just show the video. Some of you may have missed it earlier, but we're doing a giveaway for the month of December. So Fast Card will play it and you'll get to hear the details. Greetings, citizens. I am Griffin Gaming RPG. I'm one of the producers of the Soul Citizens. And first of all, I want to say thank you to all of you who have watched us, who have chatted in our chat, who have followed, who have subscribed, and who have tweeted about the Soul Citizens. We really appreciate all the love and support that we've gotten from the Star Citizen community. And during the month of December, we're doing a special promotion. We're doing one of our first promotion giveaways on YouTube exclusively, where we're looking to move our subscribers from, I think we're at 795 to 1,000. We would love to pick up another 205 subscribers and reach the 1,000 mark for YouTube. And you can help us do that by sharing this video, by sharing our videos just in general. And of course, we're going to do a giveaway. If you'd like to be a part of that giveaway, you should like, you should subscribe, and you should leave a comment in this video. I know it's December 2nd when this video is going out. I should have had it done yesterday, but real life got me busy. So I'm asking that if you did chat and put a comment in the other videos, please make sure you do it in this one. And you'll be automatically entered into the giveaway. And we'll announce the winner the first week in December on our first show for Soul Citizens on our Sunday show. So like, subscribe, and make sure you leave a comment. You can say hi, hello, you can say good luck, you can say happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, whatever you want to say, Kwanzaa, whatever you want to share, you can share it in there, and we'll definitely let you know who the winner of this wonderful RSI Phoenix, even though I'm an Origin person, Phoenix will be. By the way, none of you Soul Citizen team members, don't put your name into this contest. Anyway, happy holidays. We look forward to seeing you guys in 2022. And we'll also see you in the verse. Take care.
Griffin, what do you mean I can't enter the giveaway?
Nope.
I can't enter my own. Well, I got a little slip. I can't enter this giveaway. Oh man,
no, you cannot.
That's because it's earmarked for me.
No, you cannot. Real quick, let's do one other thing before you close us out, Fast Cart. A little while ago, Dig That, who you guys know is one of the Soul team members, asked several content creators in the community to come together and basically put together a video. Dig, real quick, why don't you give them the background on it, and then I'll get the link in for you, okay?
It's a feel-good, fuzzy-wuzzy vibe video from different content creators about why we love this place called The Verse. I reached out to Griff. Griff is in the video. Space Tomato, Obsidian Ant, Calrati, Paul Shelley from the Astro Pub, my boy Jules Verd, and even Yamix, man. Even Yamix stepped his toes in the feel good waters and joined us for this video. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link in the chat right now. Go ahead and swing by and check it out. It's a really good video. I had a lot of fun editing it, and I appreciate everybody that was able to give their time to it.
All right, cool. Yeah, I enjoyed the video. I had fun watching it. That was cool.
Yeah.
Right on, right on.
Enjoyed it.
All right, so next up we have this Sunday, December 5th, we have OG Citizen, Original Gamers, 8 p.m. Eastern, 1 a.m. UTC. So I hope people will check us out for that one. Griffin, you want to give more information about that one real quick?
Yeah, the OGs, the original gamers, we are bringing together some of the more seasoned veteran players of Star Citizen. We're going to have Algorid on, we're going to have Jawa Sparky on, and we're going to have Cosmic Trader on. And you may say, what do these people all have in common? Well, if you were to add those 4 people up in their ages, you're probably somewhere between 200 and 250 years of age. So these are all people who've been gaming since the early days of video gaming, and they're going to share their feelings and thoughts about, progression of video gaming, especially space gaming, and even more about Star Citizen and why they've decided to back it and support it. So hopefully you will be able to join us on this Sunday for the OG Citizens.
And with that, I want to thank everyone for joining us, especially in Discord. We had Dark Knight, Dig That, Fist to Face, Hodo, Jade, Karate, Madam Sooner, Opchi, Poppin' Face, Red Wolf, and we had Spitfire. And I didn't need to breathe on for that one. I'm proud of myself.
EPR tomorrow.
Nice.
2100.
All right.
Yeah.
On the People's Radio.
Yep, it's going to be Just Durgan but he's got to start late, so I'm gonna fill in for him for the first hour, and then he can go as long as he wants. So if any of you all wanted to ever hear me DJ, 2100 tomorrow, and then Just Durgan's gonna be back again with this good stuff.
Nice.
Griffin, we lost the video, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So don't forget, you can buy our merchandise. We sell T-shirts, hats, game pads, and mugs. And we also have follow us on social media, especially YouTube. You can enter it for the giveaway there. Follow us on Twitter, Soul Citizens. We also have Facebook, SoundCloud, and a whole bunch of other stuff. The information should be down below on our Twitch channel. So thank you for all your support. I want to say, yeah, I think that's it. And who are we rating?
Doc Limitless.
Doc Limitless. So make sure you show him love from Soul Citizens. And with that, peace, love, and soul. So thank you.
Good night, everybody.
Fly dirty citizens.